Hello there. Welcome from Strategenius. I am Hua, and today we are going to share some insight from our educators that we thought our member schools could benefit from. I am Hua, and I work on the contingency side of the organization. To give you an idea of what we do on the contingency side, we help support our educators by getting to know them beyond their resume. We ask questions like what brings them joy, why do they stay in education, and what types of growth opportunities they are looking for. On the flip side, we also support our member schools. We want to get to know them beyond their website. We want to be partners with them in their journey. We want to learn about what makes their school their school. What are some of the cultural or traditional elements we would not learn or know about them unless we were part of the community? So I am currently based in Washington, D.C., and my experience has been working in higher education and in independent schools. Today in this brief talk, we wanted to share some important information to our member schools from our network of educators. I think it's safe to say that since 2020, it has been rough, and at some points we are bouncing back. This bounce back can be confusing at times because are we truly bouncing back, or have we become used to this that has become our new norm? To be honest, that is for you to decide, but we do know is that there are shortages of faculty and staff in our schools. It is tough and sometimes seems daunting. We want you to know that we are here to partner with you. In the summer of 2022, we as an organization started to think about what goes on in our educators' mind for them to want to say yes. Yes to new opportunities, to new geographic locations, to a new community. Are all these elements worth uprooting themselves and their families? And if it is, what does it take for them to say yes? As we thought about it, what better way to find out than to ask our educators who are curious and exploring new opportunities? We did what great thinkers do. We decided to create an online survey. We created a survey for our educators to fill out with questions we thought were important to ask. We did not want to assume we knew what they were thinking. This presentation shows you what we thought was important for you to know after filtering their responses. To give you an idea of who we surveyed, more than 65% of the respondents were folks of color who represent all of the stages of leadership in a school. To give you an idea of some of the questions we asked, what is important to you when it comes to choosing a school? What are some important factors for you to want to stay at your current school? Has COVID and or social justice made an impact on your decision making? And if you had a magic wand and could change something, what would those changes be? We wanted to share some of the insight from our educators because we're partners in this. Strategenius truly believes that without this partnership, we could not do what we're doing now, and that is to try to help make things better. We also thought it was important for you to know that some of these educators have these thoughts, and this might spark some conversations in your own community. So let's bring it back to the basics. The first question we asked is, what is important factors for choosing a school? When we were creating this question, we tried to be as broad as possible. As you see in the screen, you can see all the options that we asked our educators. We were truly trying to think about what impacts the decision to learn more about a school. Is it the geographic location? Is it the school's mission and values? Is it the cost of living? Take a look and see what you think is important for our educators to know. Can you guess which ones were the most important to your educators? Were any of these important factors surprising to you as educators are looking at new opportunities? Well, here are the top 5 from our educators. The first one was a school's commitment to equity, justice, and belonging. If a school is promoting DEIJB work on their social media or website, Are they truly doing this day to day in their communities, or is it performative? How are faculty and staff encouraged to share their voice? How are they invited into the conversation, or how do they get a seat at the table? Next one, inclusive school culture and climate. Are faculty and staff allowed and encouraged to show their true selves? Is it safe to do so? How can their personal and professional identities find a balance at school? Are important holidays in their own cultures represented or shown as acknowledgement? Are school breaks and holidays as inclusive as possible? If the school is able to have a day off to observe Easter, are there days off to observe Ramadan or the Lunar New Year or Rosh Hashanah? Compensation. And compensation does just not mean monetary value. Does your school offer professional development? Do they have a mentor to go to when they arrive at the school? If they have families, is there support for the children or their partners? What makes it competitive to be at your school? And then there comes the community aspect. What kind of supports do you have in place when someone new to the geographic location comes into your community? Is there a guide on where to find religious services? How about a guide to find ethnic stores to buy hard to find spices and major grocery stores? Or where can they get a haircut? Or is your campus accessible to public transportation? And then the last one, opportunities for career growth. Is there truly room to grow? How do you cultivate their talent and allow them to challenge themselves? How do you allow their passions to seep into the classroom or curriculum? Is there truly opportunities for them to move up if they're able to demonstrate qualities of a leader? To sum up these 5 points, what we are learning from our educators are they need to feel seen and heard in the community. They want to make sure they're making an impact in a supportive community who's able to talk the talk and walk the walk. Well, what about some of the educators who want to stay? What about the question, if they were able to have a magic wand, what changes could they see to make things better? We wanted to share what those ideas were. What our educators had to share was interesting to us. We hope at the end of this presentation, you are also able to share your reactions and reflections to us. But enough of that. Here's what they shared. What this educator shared with us is they're looking for opportunities for instructional coaching programs, reduction of catering to high-stake testing, progressive education, reflect the culture of the real world, celebration of achievements of the faculty and staff, transparency. They wanted to see more faculty and staff that represented the students in a classroom. They want more professional development. They want training on emotional health for faculty and staff. They want mandatory DEIJB training. They want to know what the pathways to leadership are. They want communication between all of the adults in the community. They want a culture of a team and be able to see what each person brings to the table to make an impact. There was a big emphasis on they wanted to be able to help create and build and think. So let's take a moment to think about what we just heard and seen. You might have a lot of thoughts going through your mind, and you might be wondering, what's next? To be honest and frank with you, we would like to continue to work together to be partners in this movement of making communities feel and be more inclusive. If you're interested in partnering with us, we would be thrilled to have you be part of the discussion. Feel free to reach out at any time to talk about how we can help support you and your school in its own journey. Feel free to email me directly. My email is at the bottom of the screen, hua@strategenius.org, and I am happy to help be a partner with you to help find answers. If I can't find the answers, I can reach out to my lovely team, as you see on the screen, and we will partner with you so you don't feel like you're by yourself. If you feel like this slideshow had important information, please feel free to share it with others because we truly want to support schools and communities to make it feel inclusive for all faculty, staff, students, and community members.